Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Barden here. Today I'm just going to go real quickly through an example of what the upcoming Max Patch assignment should be doing. So you should be working towards having this as your end goal. Again, like I normally do, I'm not going to show you the inner workings of this because the idea is that you make it yourself, but yours should have all the functionality of the version I'm about to show you on, I was about to say on camera, but on the screen. I'm in Canvas right now going through the core things that you need to have for the project. There's just the bullet points listed right there, how many points they're worth, and then all of the, make sure you've got this, and I'm making this video right now, just general other information. But what your Max Patch needs to have, I guess I'll start before I dive into that, just what it is. We're making a virtual soundboard. So effectively you've got on-screen buttons, and each button triggers a sound file to play back when you click on it. I'm also having us add in a real basic echo effect because we've been just talked about delay lines, so being able to implement that. There's a bunch of different ways that we can do it, but the hard part will be being able to turn it on and off. But we'll talk about delay lines more when we talk about delay lines. So as for what needs to be in here, you need at least 8 unique sound files. You can use them any of the objects I mentioned in class in order to load them into Max. That's totally fine. Any combination of them will work. The one snippet I'll give you about the example is that this one's using the buffer, is how I use that one. So again, any of the objects I mentioned in class to load in 8 unique sound files. They can be ones that you just pull in from the sidebar here in Max, or you can go out of your way to find some. For this virtual example, I just went and found a bunch of random sound files online. So we've got that right there. That's the first part. You get 1 point for each functional sound that's properly wired up. But then we actually need to be able to hear those sounds and be able to tell them apart. So you can either use comments to label each sound individually, or like I've done here, I've given each sound a unique color using the inspector. So when you click the button, they've got a unique color. It's not the most user-friendly. There you can change the backgrounds as well, so that way you don't have to be clicking and remember the spots. But bare minimum is if I click the button, a unique color pops up. That's kind of what I'm looking for. All right, the next thing then, be able to control the volume of the playback. Definitely very handy. I'm specifically asking for 2 gain sliders, one for the left and right channel of the audio output. If you recall that the gain sliders have 2 outlets at the bottom of it. One is the signal that's been affected by the gain slider, but the other is the position of the slider. And if you connect the from one to the inlet of the second one, then you can control both of them at the same time. So that's very handy. I went ahead and made these green too, just for fun. So I'll have that right there, being able to control the volume. Boom, very easy. Color volume. So have a waveform object here. So this is something I've briefly mentioned and talked about, but we haven't dove into as of the time of me recording this. A waveform just displays a waveform that's tied to a buffer. So you just have to be able to connect it up and have it display the current sound. So as I click on these different buttons, the buffer changes and displays the sound that's being played. So that'll just happen automatically once you have it all set up properly. But that's what we need to have right there with the be able just to see what sound is playing as well. This last part, add an optional delay line. So with this one, with this toggle here, if we were to play a sound, and let me just check up. Oh, it's playing something already. Am I blowing out the speakers? Not quite. But let me, in my software, unmute the computer audio. Turn that up. I'll leave it a little quieter than me. There we go. For there. But with this one, the way I set it up is be able to control the time. So I don't know, let's just say, I think this was in milliseconds. So let's say 100. If I turn that on and then I hit a button, I'm not actually able to hear it because it'll feed back into my microphone. Now I won't set up the headphones, but we should have an echo effect versus no echo effect without it. That would increase this to 500 milliseconds on that echo time. Turn it on. You should hear more echoing, and each one should be 500 milliseconds after the last. So that's what we've got going there. Again, got 8 different sound files that I just randomly found online, a toggleable echo effect. All of the other general stuff should be good to go. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to stop by my office hours. I'm more than happy to help out. Shoot me an email. Let me know if you have any, just like I said, general questions or concerns. I'd be more than happy to help out. Hope you have a great rest of your day.